Elon Musk's Starlink satellite internet service company has successfully registered in the Philippines. In a statement Friday, the National Telecommunications Commission, NTC, said it has approved the registration of Starlink Internet Services Philippines Incorporated as a value-added service, VAS, provider. Starlink's VAS registration now allows the company to directly access satellite systems, build and operate broadband facilities to offer internet services. The NTC's swift processing of Starlink's VAS provider registration was meant to expedite the service's immediate rollout, said the regulator. NTC Commissioner Gamaliel Cordoba also affirmed the agency's commitment to help ensure Starlink's rollout of services will be done expeditiously and professionally. The regulator issued the VAS license 30 minutes after the submission of the application with complete requirements. The Philippines will be the first Southeast Asian country to offer Starlink services, which involve high-speed low-latency satellite internet with a download speed of between 100 to 200 megabits per second, Mbps, at cost-effective rates. Starlink is seen to accommodate villages in urban and suburban areas, along with rural areas with unserved or undeserved internet access services. SpaceX hopes to launch its first gateway in the Philippines before the end of President Rodrigo Duterte's term next month. But before you jump into the bandwagon of super excited would-be subscribers, it's better to know some important things about Starlink. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation operated by SpaceX, providing satellite internet access coverage to 32 countries. Starlink started launching satellites in 2019. As of May 2022, Starlink consists of over 2,400 mass-produced small satellites in low Earth orbit, LEO, which communicate with designated ground transceivers. They continue to launch up to 53 more per Falcon 9 flight. A single Falcon 9 flight can deliver 60 Starlink satellites to orbit. In May 2022, SpaceX performed 3 separate launch missions in under a week. SpaceX received U.S. regulatory approval to deploy 7,518 broadband satellites, in addition to the 4,425 approved earlier. With its existing 2,400 satellites, it is more than 9,000 satellites short to fill up the almost 12,000 satellites approved by the regulatory body. By 2027, Starlink is planned to be a constellation of 12,000 satellites with the potential to expand to 42,000 over in the future. SpaceX intends to provide satellite internet connectivity to underserved areas of the planet, as well as provide competitively priced service in more urbanized areas. In October 2020, SpaceX launched a paid-for-beta service in the US called Better Than Nothing Beta, charging $499 for a user terminal, with an expected service of 50 megabits per second to 150 megabits per second and latency from 20 milliseconds to 40 milliseconds over the next several months. From January 2021, the paid-for-beta service was extended to other 31 countries, starting with Canada and United Kingdom. Elon's goal is to deliver broadband internet all over the world. How much does it cost to avail of a Starlink internet service in the Philippines? You can start by checking if you're in an initially supported area by going to the Starlink website, or you can pre-order service if you're in a supported area. As of the writing of this video script, Starlink's internet service cost $99 or around 5,000 pesos a month. The hardware though is a one-time purchase of $499 or around 25,000 pesos with a shipping and handling fee of $50 or around 2,500 pesos plus taxes. The Starlink hardware kit includes a satellite dish, Wi-Fi router, power supply, cables, and a mounting tripod. The tripod is designed for ground-level installation to support a quick setup to test your connection. For users that require a roof installation, though, Starlink offers roof mounts. During setup, the most important part seems to be the field of view. SpaceX explains if you can actually see the connection between the Starlink dish and a Starlink satellite, it would look like a single beam between the two objects. As the satellite moves, the beam also moves, and the area within the beam moves within the field of view. If an object obstructs the field of view, such as a tree, a pole, power lines, or a building, the internet service will be interrupted. This will be the most important point of consideration for those living in crowded Metro Manila cities that may be interested in Starlink when it rolls out in the country. Another point of consideration is that you cannot travel with your Starlink kit or move to a different address. The location where you initially set it up will be the assigned area where the satellite in space will send an internet connection. If you move outside that area, you will lose internet connection. That's simple. Heavy rain or wind can also affect the connection, which is another thing to consider due to the severe weather conditions the Philippines experiences at times. Now, as for speed, beta users are currently expecting to see data speeds of 50 to 150 megabits per second and a latency of 20 to 40 ms. However, the company has said that speed and latency will improve as they launch more satellites, install more ground stations, and improve their networking software. The entry of Starlink as the newest internet service provider in the Philippines is a welcome development. The internet connection in the country, especially in the rural areas, is often described as mediocre at best. Though in recent years the country made some strides and improvements, there are still lots of catching up to do to be able to be at par with other countries with regards to telecommunications infrastructure. The new law signed by President Duterte allowing full foreign ownership in telecommunications, airlines, and railways will definitely make the country more attractive to foreign investors. This will give way to more competition, better and improved services, lower prices, and more options for the consuming public.